cage an angel.
But we are now very close to cracking the process behind the production of artificial miracles.
Look upon me, look upon me, release me.
Humanity. What is the first thing you think of when you think of humanity? What word comes to mind? Got it? Wrong. Depraved. That's what it is. It is... I'm getting ahead of myself here. Humanity sucks booty hole is what I'm meaning to say here. Or at least, that's what the message of the newer analog horror series Angel Engine is saying. Created by the Unearthly Hub on TikTok. But we'll get into the nitty-gritty here in a moment on this series. Hello my peeps, it is Jonathan here again, and I shall be taking you all on a doozy of a trip through the story and meaning of Angel Engine. Real quick, before we get started, I wanted to give a disclaimer for you that this series' visuals are created using AI, so I ask that you give this series a chance, because it does have some really unique ideas. But I know that AI-produced content is controversial, to say the least, so if that's not your thing, then I understand if you choose to stop here, and I hope to see you join us for next week's video. Also, I better not see any of you arguing in the comments on AI, politics, or religion, or...
Find one of these lying around again, I swear to fucking God, I will stop being so polite. Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you.
Alright, moving on. Angel Engine's general premise is that humanity destroyed the Earth due to their greed.
Hey, I've seen this one. This is a classic.
And so an angel descends from the heavens and humanity hooks it up and drains it of its power for their own personal gain. In the first entry, we are greeted by the angel, who looks rough, for lack of a better term. The angel, in a haunting voice, tells us the steps to cage an angel, which is essentially the origin story of the series. Step 1, exploit your planet's resources. Step 2, exterminate the wildlife. Step 3, watch your species fall into disarray. Step 4, pray. Step 5, watch the divine messenger descend onto your world. Step 6, use their kindness and strap them into your angel engine. Step 7, siphon their energy. Step 8, return your planet to its former glory. Our angel then kind of tweaks out for a few seconds and the entry ends. Humanity is really its own worst enemy. They destroy their world due to their greed, God sends down an angel to help them, and in return, humanity betrays the angel and hooks it up to this abomination of a contraption to siphon its energy for humanity's own benefit, thus putting the angel in a state of constant suffering and ultimately betraying God by desecrating his help that he sends.
Ain't that just the way?
Entry 2. The angel from the first video looks even worse than before, and it informs us on how to find the Angel Engine. First, you must journey to the Holy Land and traverse the desolate terrain until you come across the Great Thorns, which accurately describe a forest of these dark, massive spikes protruding from the earth for what seems to be miles. From there, you must step into the burial site and...
Look upon me, look upon me, look upon me, release me.
The angel claims that freeing it will result in a plentiful wage, thus ends the entry. Now obviously our guy is wanting to get out, because, you know, who the fuck wouldn't in this situation? A couple things here. First, it seems that wherever the Angel Engine is, it is clearly in a site that the government does not want to be found. The fact that you have to go through a whole unexpected fucking journey to get there, it makes you ponder the question of what else is being hidden there. Or is it just the Angel Engine? Now the angel offers us a reward for freeing it. As to what this reward is, we can only assume, but it's likely to be stemming something along the lines of a divine gift. Whether that be a straight to heaven card or what, we don't know. Additionally, just based on how this angel has been mistreated, who's to say it doesn't decide to turn on humanity for what it's done to it? Now you may say, well, it's an angel, it's a pure being, it wouldn't stoop to human sin. Wrong. We have seen examples of angels sinning before. Lucifer. Also, typically demons have been associated to be, fallen angels. And who is our narrator? Quite literally, a fallen angel. One who has been separated from God, which is also a defining trait of hell. Thus, this angel engine can be interpreted as a form of hell. Food for thought. Entry 3 starts with the angel warning us that he is coming, and to not be deceived. We are further warned that he has no friends, and that he comes to deceive us. Be not afraid. He will try to lead us astray. The angel warns that he will be here soon and to find me, repeatedly. The entry ends with the angel saying it will help us. But when it says this, its voice is unnaturally distorted compared to the rest of the entry. Now, it is unknown who he is, but putting into context of what has happened so far, and the mentions of this mystery figure being alone and deceitful, it's likely some kind of demon, or even Satan himself. Now, the angel offering to help humanity from this unknown danger kinda destroys my whole idea that the angel could have ulterior motives against humanity, so fuck me, I guess. But that unnatural distortion at the end most certainly raises an eyebrow. As to whether it is a hint at something else or just aesthetic choice for being creepy is unknown. Entry 4 begins with the angel being strapped up, begging for help, as a scientist who explains that after every test ran on him, the energy output is extraordinary and could power the whole world for millennia. Oh, and this little fucker is watching us. I don't know what that means, but I do not like it. Not one bit.
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy.
Suddenly, an emergency warning from the government comes on with our little pervert friend watching us. The president, who looks a lot like Richard Nixon, gives us a greeting. Nixon's face warps and a demonic, backwards, creepy voice tells us to listen to him. So I'm gonna call this second voice Gary Busey for right now. Nixon says he is standing before us, as he's literally fucking sitting down. Never trust a politician. But he continues that he is standing before us as a fellow husband, father, president, and citizen of the nation. Busey returns and says, quote, he is not from Earth. Nixon continues that the nation is on the cusp of war. Busey says we're gonna die. Nixon assures us that this is very real and not any kind of test or joke, and Busey says that our cities will fall. Nixon warns that our enemies are readying their nuclear weapons, and Busey gives a final warning that the sky will burn before the entry ends. So we can basically assume that the second voice taking over the president through subliminal messages is some type of hellish figure. Satan, Lucifer, Antichrist, you know. Based on the whole warnings of deception and leading the world into war, I'm gonna go with the Antichrist in this case. But since that's not official yet, I'll just refer to this being as the Deceiver, since that's what they're referred to as kind of in the, in the entries. Entry 5. The angel is giving us another warning that we are in great danger, and that the angel has basically gone through a lot in order to warn us of this coming danger. It warns that he is not the same as the angel, and that humanity is not able to restrain him. He will destroy humanity, and any means of trying to ensnare him will be futile, so therefore humanity should not let him in. The angel is interrupted by a news broadcast of a reporter in the Negev desert, reporting on the construction of the second Tower of Babel, a Babylon reference, which is supposed to house the angel engine. The reporter questions if the tower will spell doom for humanity or catapult humanity into the future. Oh, hello sir. Can I fucking help you? It's only then that the scientist from the previous entry starts speaking on the news broadcast that Gary Busey decides to have a staring contest with us. Okay, I'm gonna try to ignore you. But the scientist from the last entry is Dr. Jeff Ernstman, director of the Project Miracle Laboratory. The doctor explains that the angel engine solved the Earth's energy crisis, and they are now experimenting with creating artificial miracles, and that if they are able to achieve this, then basically this will be the greatest invention in the history of mankind. Gary Busey also decides to finally fuck off, thank you. The news reporter continues that essentially if this machine is able to live up to what it's claimed it can do, then that it can be used for a lot of good in the world. But online, a rumor has circulated that a sentient angel is being used in the machine, and they argue on the ethics of this. The news station has secured an interview with the doctor, and they hope to discover more information on the machine and what it is capable of. Thus concludes this entry. So essentially, we finally know the Holy Land that the angel was referencing in the second entry, the Negev Desert, is where many events of the Bible took place. One such event taking place in this land was Moses and the Israelites wandering for 40 years after leaving Egypt. Another point I brought up earlier was that we only see the deceiver figure being present when Dr. Ernstman is talking, which is also when the figure appeared in the last entry as well. From the president being a puppet for the demon and the demon being present with the doctor, it's all too clear that it's too late, and he has come already.
Let them come.
Entry 6 introduces us to a very deformed and mutated unknown man staring at us, and then we are ushered into a commercial. The commercial begins with a student who looks strikingly like Lupin III, who is having a crisis about not getting into college because of his grades. Then, our savior arrives, and who is it? World-renowned scientist and director of the Miracle Machine Initiative, Dr. Jeff Ernstman. Our humble and so gracious doctor lets the student know that it's not the end of the world, and he can still get a great education regardless of his bad grades. How, you ask? All our student has to do is head over to the angelinitiative.org, which, side note, is an actual fucking website. Holy shit, that's awesome. From there, you can sign up to be a volunteer and make your country proud. Then, Dr. Ernstman hits us with the old Uncle Sam emote propaganda poster, and the commercial ends. Then, we are back to the mystery man from the beginning, who turns out to be that poor student from the commercial. Dr. Ernstman discusses with a fellow scientist behind two-way glass that this subject was a failure. The final phrase is an all too casual, well, what can you do? And thus concludes this entry. Now, we're starting to see the truth behind the Angel Engine and the more sinister side of Dr. Ernstman. As for the purpose of these experiments, that is unclear still. But we can see that the fate is worse than death, and the government could care less on these people suffering. Considering the state that the facility leaves the Angel in, it makes it incredibly clear that if this is how the government treats a literal, divine, and altruistic being, then its treatment for its own citizens is gonna be even worse. In Entry 7, we are greeted by the Angel again, and it is informing us on the steps necessary to survive the Holy Land. Step 1 is to bring enough supplies, pretty self-explanatory. Step 2, do not let the Forgotten find you. And we see a glimpse of what the Forgotten are, which is this large, intimidating raider of some kind. They do not take kindly to foreigners. Understood? Do not need to tell me twice. Step 3, you must not look at the sky or else your eyes will melt. He is here, and you must cover your eyes and cover your ears. Hide. Do not listen. Do not look. If you don't, he will catch you.
I see you. Do not listen.
Follow these steps, and do not believe in the deceiver, for he cannot harm your soul. End of entry. So, yeah, you know, a little bit to unpack. First and foremost, we get a little bit more lore and info on the Holy Land, aka the Negev Desert, which is home to the Forgotten. As to who the Forgotten are, we don't know. Nor do we know their motivations, just that they don't take kindly to outsiders. Since the Holy Land also has no supplies, we can assume the Forgotten are kinda like Mad Max raiders probably, and live off the supplies of those they come across. We also know that this is the land that the deceiver is present in, and he continues to take the form of an angel, yet there is a darkness to him. You do not look at him, you do not listen to him, you do not believe in him, and if you do that, then he cannot harm or find you. The idea of ignoring darkness is very similar to the Japanese proverb, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, which is usually represented as the three wise monkeys. This proverb is also sprinkled throughout the Bible itself, to encourage the path of following good and righteousness. So when you enter the Holy Land, avoiding the idea of evil is your ticket to survival. Entry 8. Our angel is once again strapped in captivity with Dr. Ernstman giving us a breakdown on the situation.
Let me break it down for you, Mark.
The angel says that it loves us, yet it is currently being tortured and used. From its overall angelic appearance, it's likely that this entry is closer to the time of when the angel was first hooked up to the machine. It doesn't have its mutilated or deformed appearance yet. The doctor explains that the angel possessed hyperintelligence, and all the tests ran on it yielded less than ideal results, since the angel's intelligence appears to exceed all available tests.
Yeah, This is big brain time.
The angel interrupts the Doctor and asks the Doctor to save it. The Doctor gives a cold and firm no. Our angel's name is then revealed by Dr. Ernstman. The angel responds to Uriel. The Doctor then provides us a demonstration of the angel engine's capability, with Uriel pleading not to hurt him. The test involves bringing the mutilated corpse of a young boy back to life. The young boy died 24 hours previously to a work mishap in the second Tower of Babel. Uriel groans and screams in pain, begging the Doctor to stop as the boy's corpse begins to regenerate. Once the test is complete, the boy's body appears fully healed, and this ends the tape with another propaganda poster of the Doctor. This is the first entry that we see the horrors of what Uriel has been having to endure while being hooked up to the Angel engine. This is also the first time we see the capabilities of the machine, and we now know for a fact that Uriel is being tortured so the government can create these artificial miracles. The fact that Uriel still tries to plead with those around him and his exclamations of love and care just make this whole situation even more depressing. This truly is a hell on Earth. Entry 9 starts us with a depressing look at Uriel, in what seems to be the halfway point of when he was first hooked up to the machine and when we're first introduced to him. Then, it suddenly cuts to a segment of the Barry Donovan late night talk show. Barry is interviewing none other than our controversial Dr. Ernstman, the most famous man in the world. This interview is done over the phone with the Doctor still being at the second Tower of Babel. Ernstman appears on a TV screen in his FNAF 2 uniform with the fucking background, with his smug little face. Barry mentions that there's been a lot of controversy with the Doctor lately, based on the treatments of the Angel, and he gives the Doctor a chance to voice his thoughts on these accusations. The Doctor yaps and yaps in the most politician way I have ever heard, with the whole, "I've thought about this topic long and hard, and this is an important discussion to be had indeed." Then, he deflects and says that based on their tests, the Angel could escape if he wanted to, yet he chooses to stay. Barry brings up that it must be infuriating for people to say that the Doctor's success is only because of the Angel. Dr. Ernstman goes on to say that the real reason he wanted to appear on Tonight Show was to make an announcement. This announcement entails that many have doubted him in the past weeks, yet he remains the smartest man on the planet, and to prove this, he has been working on a new invention, which will be revealed in a week's time, and this invention will show everyone who he claims to be, a genius. Barry tries to pry some more info from the Doctor on what this invention is, but the Doctor ends the interview with saying all he can reveal is that he no longer needs the Angel for his experiments to work. Thus concludes this entry. This segment basically gives us some more of what we've seen earlier in the series of Dr. Ernstman being a narcissistic sociopath who thinks he's God on Earth, that he's above everyone and everyone should recognize his true genius. But based on the harm that Uriel has gone through because of the Angel engine and the general shady going-ons of the whole experiment, it's likely that whatever this future invention is, it's probably gonna be something nightmarish. Thus concludes all the main entries of the story of Angel Engine so far, as of this writing. The Unearthly Hub does have some additional lore and tidbits sprinkled on their page, so if you'd like to learn more about the Doctor himself and other little in-world events, I would highly recommend checking it out. There is also another video that is not a main entry, but it utilizes different characters and events, with the famous Boots poem layered over it.
Moving up and down again.
But that is all I have for you guys today. I am very invested in this series so far, and I'm eager to see where it goes in the future. Please let me know what your guys' theories are and your thoughts on the series. I would love to hear some different perspectives. I know this is the second analog series I've done that's AI, so rest assured the next series or topic I cover will not be AI. I want to cover something, a little different and less controversial, to say the least. But from how many requests we've been getting for this series, I had to check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope to get some more videos out to you guys on a more consistent basis, so stay tuned on information. If you enjoyed, please like, sub, share, follow us on our socials, and join our Discord server. I thank you all again, and I hope you all have a great day or night. See ya!